Hey y'all, it's time for another tag video, and this time I will be doing the over 30 book tag that was originally created by Ink Not Blood. Stick around to see what my answers to these questions will be. Hey y'all, it's Jen and welcome back to my channel, Ifers Inklings. Today I have a tag video for you. I will be doing the over 30 book tag, which was originally created by Ink Not Blood, and I was also tagged by Emily to do this tag. I'm super excited. I can't wait to dive into this. Before we get started, I just wanted to mention why my background looks a little different than normal. I am currently in Kansas City and I am in the hotel room. I'm taking advantage of the natural lighting here, which I did have to move around so that it looks a little different from some of my other videos that I've filmed today because the sun is moving. So I had to move and reorient it so it looked a little bit better. Anyway, I am here in Kansas City and I am just taking advantage of the time that I have to get some of these videos recorded and enjoying a magnificent skyline view while I do. This background isn't so pretty and I've got quite a mess back there on the desk, but it is what it is. Let's dive into these tag questions now. Question number 1, name one of your favorite books that features a protagonist who is 30 years old or older. And for this, I'm going to have to say The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Reed Jenkins. It's one that I read recently, and of course this protagonist is much older than 30. But a good chunk of the book, she is younger in her, it's told from her, probably starts around her 20s and goes through the rest of her life into her, I think she's probably in her 60s in the book. Phenomenal book. Deals a lot with love and expectations of women and the expectations of women in the media, in the entertainment industry, and kind of what women are expected to do to succeed in that business and the lengths that women will go to and how that kind of affects love and their relationships and all of that. Phenomenal book. Question number 2, name a book that represents who you were when you were younger. So I think that for me, that would be She's Come Undone by Wally Lamb. This is also one that I read in my early 20s and I was able to relate to it a lot. I remember feeling like this main character in here, Dolores, she was kind of going through what I went through as a child and growing up into my teen years. I wasn't overweight in my teen years. That didn't happen until I was an overweight child, and then in my teen years I lost all of it. I blossomed into a woman, or whatever you want to call it. And then into my early 20s, I gained some of my weight back after having children and things like that. And so I kind of could relate to that. And the being depressed, I battled a lot with depression that I didn't realize that was what I was battling with. Mental health wasn't something that was really talked about a lot or addressed a lot when I was growing up. And so I really found a lot of myself in this book when I was younger. Question number 3, name a book that represents where you are in your life now. For me, I think that would be Quiet Girl in a Noisy World, an introvert story by Debbie Tung. This is a short graphic novel about being an introvert and the struggles that you have as an introvert and the struggles of meeting people that you can connect with, because even as an introvert, we do desire to have a connection with people and to find love that works for us and a person that understands that. It's a constant struggle, and that really also finding a work environment that works for you. That has been my constant struggle as an older adult. And in my adult life, is just figuring out how to navigate the world being an introvert and making sure that my needs are met while making sure my needs are met, that kind of thing. So that's probably the book that represents me in my life now. Question number 4, name a book that represents something that has never changed for you. And for that, I'm going to say Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. And for me, I've always been a little bit, I've always been the mature adult and taken on that mature parenting role. I have been the responsible person since I was 10 years old, and I had to be that responsible person, and since I was 10 years old. But I've always had that desire to never grow up. I've always wanted to run off to Neverland and shuck all my responsibilities and just have fun, whatever that looks like to me. And that's something that's never changed and probably never will change. I don't want to grow up. I want to always look at the world with a sense of wonder, and always want to be learning new things. That childlike desire to learn is something that I never want to change, and that has been with me since I was young. Question number 5, name one of your favorite classics. Well, I just talked about Peter Pan, which is my all-time favorite book, but in the sense of, something different, my second favorite classic would be Alice in Wonderland. And again, it's because it has that whimsy, that childlike feel, that sense of adventure, and I'm drawn to that and to Peter Pan because it's something that I've never had in my life. I've always had to be the responsible adult. So I'm drawn to those childlike, whimsical tales. Question number 6, name a book you like or would like to read that was published in the year you were born. I don't have a clue. Well, let me Google this. Books published in 1977. Goodreads is a godsend, y'all. They have a list of the most popular books published in 1977. Let's see what's on this list. Oh, y'all, Bridge to Terabithia. That was published in 1977, and it is my all-time favorite children's book, aside from, Peter Pan. But Bridge to Terabithia is one of my favorite books. I've talked about it a lot on this channel, and it was published in 1977. I had no idea. So that's my answer to that question. Okay, so that is it for my over 30 book, for the over 30 book tag. Who am I gonna tag? Okay, so I know that Emily tagged a bunch of people, and I know several people have done this since she has tagged everybody and created it, but I'm going to tag Leanne's Lit, Bedtime Bookworm, Pickle Hearts Books, and The Ellie Effect. If you haven't done this tag, consider yourself tagged. And if you've already been tagged and done it, I'm sorry, I've missed it. But that is it for this tag video. So you guys know what to do. Be sure and leave me a comment down below. And if you don't have a comment that relates to the tag or my answers to the tag, just, hit an emoji down there, or just say hi so I can say hi back to you. And again, you know what to do from this point on. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a like, subscribe, share, and again, leave me a comment. Tune in next week when I have another tag video for you. Until then, bye.